I'm Allendale's chief meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. We've got a big mass of cloud cover expanding across the northern plains. The upper Midwest is pushing into parts of Illinois now. All of this is associated with a little clipper-like system that's going to come ripping through. Still on the way is some snow across parts of northern Illinois, northern Indiana, so on and so forth. We're seeing good, strong south winds on the backside of this Arctic high that now sits over Memphis. Those south winds are funneling some warmer air into this little system as it comes through. That will likely amplify the snow potential just a little bit. But generally speaking, our overall weather pattern across the United States hasn't changed, and our thought process in South America hasn't changed much either at this stage. Let's start with South America, since that's where most of the news needs to be focusing right now as we go forward. The latest check of the surface analysis down there doesn't show a lot of precipitation trying to pop up at midday. We are going to be looking at a fairly dry 10-day period unfolding over the eastern and northeastern part of Brazil's soybean belt. These are the same areas that we've been bringing to your attention over the past 3-4 days or so. Nothing really has changed up there or down there in that scenario. We're going to be seeing scattered showers from now through about the 14th. Now, normally we would look at that and say that's probably not a good thing. However, it's that same scattered moisture scenario that led to some fairly heavy, fairly significant rains over parts of eastern Brazil yesterday and into Saturday. And those are the areas that, when all is said and done, had the moisture help quite a bit. They still were looking at triple-digit temperatures, but it was wet at least rather than dry. So that's the same kind of setup that we see over the next 10 days, just some moisture around. It won't hit every place the same way or every place every day, but I think when you put the lump together, a week to 10 days or so, you're probably looking at more areas of that northeastern part of Brazil getting moisture than not. Then we're going to be setting up for a nice frontal boundary. Model still holding on to this at mid-session, a nice frontal boundary that comes through as we go through the 18th and 19th or so, and that could promote maybe up to 3 inches in spots. Now, we are going to be seeing the heaviest rains be limited in scope, but 1/2 to 3 inch rainfall totals are going to be something that we can deal with fairly easily in that 18th, 19th, 20th time frame. The morning model runs, midday model runs, not as keen on the moisture as what the overnight and early morning runs were, but still, it is a round, so we will like to see if that continues through these model solutions going forward. As we take a look at Argentina, good rains here over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Actually, I've got 3 systems coming through and one that just kind of lingers, some scattered moisture. So Argentina corn should pick up good needed moisture. Quite the opposite of what we're seeing in Brazil. In Brazil, the action of the next 10 days is very hit and miss. Argentina looks like it's very calculated. Nice sweeping fronts. We get coverage about 70 to 80% out of each front that moves through. Temperatures a little bit warm, but not over the top. And with the rains, it doesn't look like it's going to be stressful or overly stressful at this point. A few areas that we do need to watch for the heat here, at least through the next 24 hours, will be in southern parts of Cordoba, La Pampa. Those areas look like we're seeing some temperatures reported right now at midday, pushing the upper 90s and low triple digits. However, most of them are just west of the biggest corn-producing areas. So, but that could be a story here short term. As we take a look then back domestically, the stories here revolve more around cold air than anything else. Cold air is easing in parts of the plains with those south winds. And if there's anything that's a bit of a surprise right now, it is the fact that this cold air easing has turned into a bigger story. For example, temperatures here this afternoon are going to be pushing up into the upper 40s, maybe flirting with 50 in parts of the South Platte Valley in Colorado. These are areas that were down in the single digits to near zero for highs and well below zero just a few days ago for lows. And so all of a sudden in some of these western high plains cattle areas, we're going to be seeing increased stress just due to the whipsawing of the temperatures, going from so cold late last week and through the weekend to warmer today, probably warmer tomorrow, then very cold again on Wednesday, then we warm Thursday, then we get much colder again Friday, Saturday. We've got more Arctic air that's going to be trying to nudge down into the United States, and it really looks like we could be seeing more up and down to our temperatures out there in the western cattle country than maybe even what we were talking about this morning. So this could be a big story to come. Look for some stresses there. Right now, snows across the country are going to be light, limited, mostly to the upper Midwest, central parts of Iowa, maybe into northern parts of Missouri. but this will rip through fairly quickly overnight tonight through tomorrow, and then we're going to be drier as we go through next week across the middle of the country. Cold air just will continue to nose in, though. Even with the warming in parts of the western high plains, I don't think it takes hold over the rest of the country. I'm looking for the month of January to still be mostly below normal. That's what we've got in your forecast update here at midday. If you've got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.